Hey there guys, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, I would like to talk about what happened to the Metaverse for artists. Remember the Metaverse and what it promised to do? So originally it kind of came out of that kind of pandemic era, and it was supposed to be the next best thing for people to immerse themselves in a virtual world that the individual could create by themselves, or other people could create, and then they can interact in this like immersive environment. This was originally meant to supposedly offer. So I thought I'd start by talking about the pros in this kind of virtual gallery type space, like a 3D and virtual reality experience where artists could create their own virtual art galleries that people from anywhere around the world could enter this space and see an artist's work within that space, whether that's paintings or sculpture or even digital artworks like NFTs. And then through this space, there was meant to be like community where lots of people could, interact with each other in the virtual space, whether that's like talking to each other verbally or through text messaging. It was also meant to allow people the ability to like custom make their own individual avatars, their own digital person within that world. And it was also meant to allow monetization through things like, NFTs and digital ownership and that kind of thing. It was meant to have a feature of being accessible to a global audience. And one of the good things of this was, removing kind of the gatekeepers. So essentially the artists could create their own gallery without going through like a third party gallery. And so they could, connect with the audience directly. And it was also meant to offer immersive exhibitions. So things like personalized interactive spaces for showcasing art. And so this could be things like, people like clicking on an artwork or viewing an artwork in the space, in the virtual space, and then seeing more information about that artwork, like, what materials were used or the ideas behind it, and getting more kind of like information about the whole art experience. There was also this promise to have like a portal so that you could jump between different metaverse spaces, because obviously people can create their own virtual art gallery space or virtual metaverse space. There was meant to be this feature where you could, essentially like the internet, where you go from one website to another. There was meant to be this feature within the metaverse where you had like this portal, this kind of doorway where you could enter, and it could take you from one metaverse, say virtual art gallery, to another metaverse virtual art gallery that belongs to someone else. Another feature that was meant to be on offer was the ability to scan 3D objects like sculpture to place in the virtual world. Yeah, so that was some of the pros and what this metaverse space was originally intending to offer. Yeah, so now let's talk about the cons of the so-called metaverse. One of the biggest ones, I think, is just the tech limitations. So virtual reality and AR adoption is still quite niche. And also the hardware for this is pretty expensive. This does give it a lack of accessibility for people. Then you got, things like corporate control. So you got companies like Meta, or previously known as Facebook. It seems like they've been pivoting away from this kind of term, the metaverse, because they were kind of also looking to kind of develop this and go deeper into this. But it seems like they've kind of changed their focus and put the metaverse project on hold. So you got things, so you got companies that are kind of putting this kind of metaverse feature on hold, all these tech companies. And then you got lack of communities. I think there probably is still some community in the metaverse, within the metaverse space, but not as big as what it was supposedly meant to be. And then also on top of that, you got things like scams. So there's been a lot of scams within the digital space. And I think this, and also a lot of confusion about the whole digital space and about its authenticity and how it works, and especially when it comes to things like NFTs. And I think this has also kind of like put off a lot of people. Then you got the graphics. This can still be a little bit clunky depending on what platform you use. I'm using a platform called ArtSteps, and I chose this platform because it is at the time it was the best virtual gallery metaverse type space with good graphics that I could find. But across the metaverse kind of arena, the graphics aren't really as good as what it's kind of set out to be. So it's still a little bit clunky here and there. And also the technology to easily scan a 3D object to place in a virtual space is still not quite there yet. It's also very clunky and not very accessible and easy to use. So that was the pros and cons of the metaverse for artists. In terms of a metaverse virtual art gallery. Yeah, so I mean, what do I think about it? Well, I think that's the thing. I haven't lost hope in it. I still believe in its potential, and I still use it for myself. Because as you can see here, I created a gallery to be essentially an extension of my website. And I created it because I wanted to connect my work with people from around the world. So if they can't view my work in person, they can at least view it in a 3D virtual world to learn more about my art. So it really is a gateway for me to create another immersive experience with my art for other people. Yeah, I still think there's hope, but I just think the technology and vision needs to improve. And this is why I've still kept my virtual gallery open, as I believe it creates another form of accessibility into my art. So it took me a long time to find the right platform to use, as I wanted to create my own virtual art gallery from the ground up. I also wanted the graphics to be as good as I could find. Like I mentioned earlier, the graphics part was really important for me because art is very visual. It's all about the details and the visuals that you get from it. So I really wanted to find a platform that could offer the best graphics I could find. And so that's another reason why I chose ArtSteps, and also because I wanted to build the whole building, the virtual building from ground up. You know, I wanted the building to also be an extension of my art and ideas. And at the time, ArtSteps was the only platform that I could find that could offer this. So for now, I'm keeping my virtual metaverse art gallery open, because I still believe in its potential. I still think it can be another point of accessibility for people interested in art to engage with my art if they can't see it in a real space. And also it's a place that I can just, continue improving and updating. And also, it's got this computer game kind of feature to it. And I really enjoy that aspect of it. So I'm just going to leave it open and keep going with it. But I mean, what about you guys? If you are a art collector watching this, do you think the metaverse helps you to better engage with art? And likewise, if you're an artist watching this who has potentially dove into the metaverse, what do you like about it and what don't you like about it? I'd be really interested to know your comments and see what you guys think. Yeah, so thank you for watching this video, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers, bye.